Welcome everybody to episode 2 of the PENER cast. I am Alex and I am joined by my friend Inu.
Yes. Hello, it is I, the Inazuna, who is here.
Alright. We're gonna stop with that fucking whispering into the mic shit that I was doing. Because we have another trailer to watch. Yay!
Alright, so before we get into this, I just want to quickly say that the rumors about what we would get in the trailer, some of it was true. Some of the rumors I heard did not happen, and I'm okay with that. I love practically everything that was released in this trailer. There's only one thing I have an issue with, but we'll talk about that when we get to that.
Okay. So I will start this off by saying PLA are fucking mainline games. Stop arguing against it, you fucking. No, I'm kidding. There have been people who are arguing against that fact on Twitter. And honestly, if you are one of those people, get the fuck off my channel. Alright, let's get started. Let's change the channel on the TV here. Click.
We gotta
Okay.
set the
Oh, there we go.
Yeah, we gotta set the TV to channel 3 to play video games.
But we're not playing a video game. We're watching a video.
Yeah, but I was just making a reference to the 90s when we were kids. Like,
Yeah, of
I
course.
still can't believe that. I still can't believe that used to be a thing. That channel 3 was the only channel where video games work. Now you
Yeah.
don't even put it on a TV channel.
Well, it's like a TV channel. It's like a TV mode. HDMI one.
Yeah, I know. Like you gotta put it on a mode now. It's not a channel. It's weird. Yeah, for you younger people. Yeah, no, that was a thing, and I do not know why. And I wonder why they chose channel 3. Honestly.
I think it's just because three's a good number.
Yeah.
I remember I had when I was growing up, I had like this really old TV that used to belong to my grandpa. Me and my brother used to share a room, and we had like this really like janky connector because it didn't have the red yellow or red white and yellow connectors on the TV.
Oh yeah.
So we had to have like an adapter, and it was really janky and shit. And sometimes like one of us had to hold it while the other was playing PlayStation.
Oh no.
Good
Oh, those were
memories.
the worst times.
All right, but now we all have HDMI and shit, so we don't have to do any of that. I'm smiling like an idiot, but you guys can't see it. But if I had my face cam, you guys would be probably like, look at the idiot smiling. Anyways, uh, let's start the video, shall we? So this is an important thing because I've had someone tell me on Twitter that the game looks like shit because the grass doesn't look like grass. They always put this in. Trailer does not reflect actual gameplay experience. The on-screen text, but like it always says game footage, not final. But people are
Yep.
always so quick to jump on the footage and like last gen it was trees. This gen it's grass. What's it gonna be? I assume it's gonna be rocks next gen. They could be like,
Uh
oh, the rock textures look like shit. This game is unplayable. I'm not buying it.
yeah, I with Arceus, I saw some people complain of no, it wasn't Arceus, it was Sword and Shield, or it could have been Arceus. I can't remember which one, but I remember people complaining about water textures.
No, Sword and Shield was trees. Remember
Yeah, I was
the Ocarina of Time trees?
yeah, but I also saw people complaining about water, but I can't remember if it was Legends Arceus or if it was Sword and Shield. It was one of those two.
I don't know, man, but you see what there's water in this game. It looks fucking fantastic. Right.
Next generation 10, it's going to be sky textures. The clouds don't look real.
Yeah, the skybox is just too distant. Yeah, okay, I'm just gonna point this out right now. You see all the four, well, maybe not all of them, but you see at least three of them. The Sawsbuck forms in this trailer.
Oh, there were 3 of them. I only saw 2 when I was watching it.
I think I saw three of them. There might have been only two, but
Uh,
if two of them are in the game, that means all of them are in the game.
yeah, and it looks like it's going to be location based, like Pixelmon, and not season based, because I don't see seasons returning.
No, but it's fucking Inu, like fucking.
Yeah,
Look,
I love. Yeah, I know. I saw the map.
look at the map. You got fucking ice here. You got desert here. You got like a forest
Yeah,
somewhere.
Yeah,
It's
no, there's
it's gonna be location
it.
based, you know.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. I was saying it's gonna be location based like Pixelmon because seasons are not coming back, which is sad. I liked seasons. But rewind the trailer real quick.
Rewind the trailer up to where?
Like, well,
There?
yeah, here's good. Okay. So I don't remember if they've been shown in any of the other trailers, but we got Growlithe and Arcanine, which if they decide to bring in its counterpart, I can't wait to see Vulpix again and see if they're going to do just base Vulpix or if it's going to be a Lola as well.
Vulpix is in the trailer.
Oh, all right. I completely overlooked Vulpix. That's
I'm
great.
pretty sure Vulpix is in the trailer.
But yeah, so we got Growlithe, we got Deerling, two of my favorite Pokemon. We got the Houndour line.
And there we
Loopers.
go.
Yeah, no.
Poopers.
So that was the first thing that caught my attention watching the trailer. I saw that, and yeah, I didn't know it was Wooper at first because I was kind of tired and I was just hyped to be watching the trailer. And I was like, "What's this little brown thing?"
Yeah, it's Pooper. Chaldean Wooper.
Yeah, I've got a
Snorunt.
friend who said that they're going to be calling
Gyarados.
it Bam Bam. We got Murkrow and Honchkrow.
Murkrow was one of the Pokemon that in the leaks was like, oh, they're gonna get a new evolution, but like it was a misunderstanding or something like that, or mistranslation, because you clearly see Honchkrow there.
I mean,
So
it's possible that Honchkrow will evolve, or maybe there's a split evolution for Murkrow now. Maybe it has a daytime evolution that they're not showing off yet.
I don't think so.
I don't either. Oh, actually, scroll back. Uh, yeah, no, a little bit more. A little more. I'm surprised you don't just use the arrow keys. Just a little bit more. All right, so when we did our first trailer PENER cast, we were talking about the different looks of the building with the futuristic one in the treehouse. I like how in this shot we finally see that it's the same building, just different wings.
Oh yeah. But like you see, this is the Scarlet one because you got the orange banners there
Yeah.
in front of the thing.
Then it'll be Grapes and Violet, and we get to see the headmaster in both his Scarlet and his Violet outfit in this trailer.
Yeah, there he is. Okay,
Yep.
so I'm gonna point out something that people have been mad
All right.
about.
I actually, with the headmaster, I like him a lot more in his Violet outfit than his Scarlet outfit.
Oh, look at that! He's tiny. He's a tiny boy.
Yeah, I mean, remember, like Legends Arceus told us, Pokemon have the ability to change their size at will.
Okay, so I'm gonna. So here's one thing, right? People are mad that his tires don't.
Giraffe
Yeah, people are mad that his tires don't rotate and that he runs.
Yeah,
But
there were
like,
at my fencing class last night. I heard people talking about that at the end of class. Honestly,
that's literally the stupidest thing to be mad about. Like, just be like
I mean, like I get it. It's like, what's the point of them being there if he's not using them?
he uses them when he swims. They're flotation sacks.
Yeah. So this, okay, since the legends were shown off with the writing and all that, this is the one thing I have to complain about when it comes to Scarlet Violet, and that is the fact that we're just given the legendary Pokemon to be our ride Pokemon.
Here's the
Now,
thing. Here's the thing.
hold
Here's
on,
the
hold on,
thing.
hold on. Let me finish my thought real quick. Okay, so I have not been a fan of how ever since Ruby and Sapphire, the legendary Pokemon have been part of the main story. I don't like how it's like, oh, you've got 7 or 8 badges. It's time to go catch the legendary. You have to do this to progress. I liked it better back in red, blue, yellow, gold, and silver and crystal when catching the legendaries was an optional thing. However, I also do not like them just handing you the legendaries because while I don't want them to be something that the story forces you to do, I don't like them being kind of downgraded to just, oh, here's your ride Pokemon. I would like to at least have to try to find them. However, I do like having one Pokemon that is your ride Pokemon in general and not having to have different items to summon different ride Pokemon and having to remember which one you hotkeyed to which button. It's just one Pokemon that does everything, and that's a cool feature.
See, no one ever said that they were giving us the legendaries. Remember, in you know, in ever since there's been ride Pokemon, use some. Actually, even X and Y, you had the ride. You could ride on, and that was fine. Use some. You had the ride Pokemon. Um,
Or as you had the Eon Flute to summon the Lottie.
yeah, and then um, PLA, you had the right Pokemon. None of those Pokemon were yours. Yes, you could catch the Latios in Oras, but whether or not you catch it, you can still ride on it. I've actually done a wonder trade in Oras where I wonder traded out the Latios that I got, or the Latias, one of the whatever Latia I got. I forgot which one is which, but I wonder traded it away, and I could still ride on it. So the people are like, oh, well, it's your ride Pokemon, which means they give it to you, and you like. It's probably just gonna be like a thing, because if you look at this, right?
Yeah, like no, I'm not saying like they're giving it to you like it's going to be in your party. I'm just saying like.
But like if you look at the Terra Orb, it says only select trainers in the Paldea region are allowed to carry a Terra Orb, which probably means there's gonna be like you probably won't get the legendary to ride on it first thing in the fucking game. There's probably gonna be some sort of event where you unlock like the ability to have to receive the Terra Orb and to use Terrastall's Terrastall phenomenon, and then the legendary is gonna be like, oh, this is a special trainer, I'll give him a hand, and then or he the legendary itself is gonna be what gives you the Terra Orb. So it's gonna be part of the story. It's not gonna be like, oh well, you can catch the legendary right off the bat and then have it on your team the entire game.
Yeah,
they're never gonna do that. Then what's the point of making them legendary?
Yeah, and like I'm not saying that like they're going to give it to you and then it's like in your party. Like I'm pretty sure it's going to be, just a ride Pokemon. But then there's going to be a point in the story where you get the chance to catch it and actually. So this is just broad speculation. There's nothing confirming this, but I almost have a feeling that when you're playing Scarlet, you're going to get the Violet Legendary as your ride Pokemon, and then catch the Scarlet Legendary in the story mode, and then vice versa for Violet.
I hate to break it to you, bud, but she's wearing orange.
All right. Well, I mean, it was a worthwhile theory, but
Just look, this guy's wearing purple.
yeah, all right.
I mean, that would have been a way to do it so that it doesn't seem
Although, like we said, gameplay footage does not show off the
no, but
gameplay.
I'm pretty sure if it was that, they would have shown it in the trailers. They wouldn't have. They're not going to be like, oh well, Houdini.
Yeah.
It's basically that's because you got to remember, right? Most of the time, they don't show the other legend in the game, right? Like there's a few exceptions, right? Like Black and White, where N catches the opposing mascot, and Sword and Shield, where when you battle Eternal Anus, both of the dogs are there. Like there's obvious exceptions, but most of the time they don't show you the other legendary because it's not available in the game. You have to trade it from the other version. So I don't think they're gonna make the other mascot the ride Pokemon. Because it's basically just not there.
Yeah, it's fair.
Oh, there's Saw's book number 2.
Yep. So
we saw autumn form and summer form.
yes.
I'm pretty sure we see winter form too. Pretty sure, but don't quote me on that. We'll see.
Real quick, before we get any further, so was having a discussion about this game with evil teams, and had someone just jokingly throw out the theory that the headmaster of the school is going to be the leader of the evil team of this game.
That'd be the obvious choice. Honestly, though, if I were making
I
this
mean,
game, I would have
Rose's a
made
pretty obvious choice.
yeah. But honestly, if I were making this game, I would have had both schools show up in the game. You have the orange school, and then you have the purple school, and then if you're in Scarlet, you go to the orange. If you're in, but they're different schools with different headmasters, and then have the other school be the evil team in the game.
Yeah, yeah. I'm actually just kind of hoping that there's not an evil team that's trying to take over the world or do this, and then some disaster happens. I kind of hope that whoever is like the antagonistic team is just kind of like a Team Skull, where it's just like, oh yeah, we're just troublemakers that are getting in your way, and then there's no surprise. Oh, we're actually the big bad evil team. I just want some delinquents or misfits who just are causing trouble, and then you stop them, but they're not doing anything super dangerous or trying to capture the legendary Pokemon or anything like that.
Well, they wouldn't be able to capture the legendary Pokemon because you're fucking riding it.
Yeah, uh, but yeah, just you know, I if we have an evil team, I want it to be more like Team Rocket or Team Galactic, but I kind of would just like no evil team in general.
See,
So the ancient,
this is why I like I like Koraidon more than Miraidon, right? Because Miraidon is literally a man-made Pokemon based on Koraidon. Like literally, that's just like they. It's obviously based on it. Like they're like, oh well, let's make a new Pokemon. Let's make a Pokemon and base it on the legendary Pokemon, and then it became legendary Pokemon. Like the kind of like Mewtwo situation, right? But like obviously, because like everything that he does naturally, the other one does. Like that's obviously not a fucking. He wasn't born. He's man made. He's obviously.
yeah, I mean, I like me Rhydon more because I love the design more. But in this trailer, I love how we get to see it using the HMs for Fly, Surf, and Rock Climb.
Hey, look at that. Go-Go's back.
Yeah, no, I saw people talking about that. And finally, Go-Goat has only been in one game. Hey, rewind a little bit.
Good now?
Okay, yeah, I was just trying to figure out what that was because, like, the way that we're doing it, it's screen share, so even though I have it in full screen, it's still a little bit small, so I can't make out the details on everything perfectly. I was just trying to figure out what Pokemon that was.
I love that.
The Sunflower plant.
No, the secretary of the school is a Psyduck.
Oh, I didn't even notice that.
I'm just trying to pick out any like there's students there. There's students there in the corner.
Yeah, I mean, this is obviously the Scarlet School.
That's it's in Flora, but I don't know. So I've seen people say that it could be like a regional variant or a different form of Sunflora, which
I think it's just a flower that looks like it.
yeah, I'd say that too. But look at its positioning. Like it's in a okay, well it's in a pot, but that doesn't matter. Like the why is it in the middle of the pathway? Like why isn't it there?
Yeah. I do like the look of the towns.
Yeah. Okay. So this is the biggest thing for me, right? Because if coughing's in this game, this guy's gonna run every single meta. If coughing's in the game and he has neutralizing gas, this thing is gonna be a fucking monster.
Oh yeah, in double battles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially if you could change the type, so you can have stab on like he could basically become a ghost type and only be weak to dark and ghost. Or he could become electric type
And only
and
be weak to ground.
only be weak to ground. Like, this thing is it's gonna be a
So
menace.
hold on, I just have to double check something real quick because I cannot remember how tall Slacking is supposed to be, but that looks kind of small for a Slacking. Yeah, Slacking is 6'7".
And how tall is Vigoroth?
Uh, Vigoroth is 1 second, waiting for the page to load up. 4'7". So Vigoroth is about the size of a trainer.
So he's about 2 feet tall. Yeah, that's about those size. Right size difference. If Slacking is 2 feet higher taller than Vigoroth, it's about the same. That's about the size difference.
Cacnea and Donphan making a return. Gotta love it.
Pikachu, obviously.
Yep.
Oh, Pachirisu.
Yeah,
Pincurchin.
yeah. When I saw the Pachirisu, I was like, "Oh, Alex is gonna be happy about this." Oh, wait a second. Hold on. No, go back real quick. Okay, back and pause with the Fletchinder and the Pineco. You went a little too far back.
Don't worry about it. I got it. The Pokemon. Oops. What's up?
So this is something that's going to be real fun with the new gimmick of this region. Fortress and Scizor being able to make it so that they're no longer 4 times weak to fire.
Yeah. They could
Like,
essentially
that is going to be something that, like, Fortress is
uh,
a real bulky Pokemon as it is.
yeah. Honestly though, what I see happening is a lot of people are going to be like, "Oh, I'll run this Pokemon with Air Balloon and Electric Terra type to make him electric so he has no weaknesses." Obviously until you break the balloon and he falls. But like, that's just, I don't know. I could see that. I could see that happening a lot. I could see people trying to take advantage of that. But like, I don't know. Honestly,
I mean, hey, electric type Fortress would be worth it, like, not giving it the air balloon because most ground type moves that people use are physical. That thing's huge physical defense stat. Like,
listen. You know what? Honestly though, flying Terra type Talonflame with Gale Wings, that first Brave Bird's gonna hurt like fucking hell. Because
yeah, because it's gonna be double stab.
yeah, double stab and priority because of Gale
Yeah,
Wings for that if it's at full HP.
yeah.
Or
Remember
oh
when Gale
dude,
Wings wasn't nerfed?
dude, acrobatics.
Yeah,
You don't need an item to Terra for Terra style. You don't need an item to Terra stylize. So he could not have an item, and then fucking priority times two boosted, fucking double stab boosted
yeah. So
acrobatics.
that's
That'd be
so
fucking.
acrobatics. When you don't have an item, it's base 120 power. So that's base 240 power right there.
It's not base 240 power. It's whatever the damage is times two.
All right. Well, you know what? Okay.
I
So
think.
yeah, I can't remember how the stab bonus actually works, honestly.
How does stab bonus work? I'm pretty sure it's the damage that's okay. No, it amplifies the move's power. So yeah, you were right. So
Yeah,
if it's
that'll be base.
110 power, then
Oh, it's
that's
110.
I don't know. Isn't that what you said?
I'm pretty sure no max acrobatics is 120. We should look that up.
I think it's 55 power normally.
Yeah, it's 55 when you're holding an item.
Yeah, so 110 and then times two would be 220. You're 220.
Yeah, and then
power.
so Talonflame, because battles always set Pokemon to level 50. Talonflame's max attack is 146, so 220 plus 146, that is uh
Wait,
366.
why are you adding his attack to?
Because that's how you take the base stat of the Pokemon, then you add their attack stat, then you minus your opponent's defense to see how much damage it does.
Where are you getting this information from?
That's how I heard that battles work, like how they determine how much damage you do. It's
Well, there's an actual calculation.
yeah, but I'm saying I think that that's the calculation. It's move power plus your attack minus opponent's corresponding defense stat.
All right, let's. So, it's generation 1, generation 2. Let's go all the way up to generation 8. Use the latest. Oh, okay, hold on. Generation 5 onward. So damage equals 2 times the level divided by 5 plus 2 times the power times the attack stat divided by 50. Something like that. Oh no, it's not showing me the full thing. Okay, so fuck off. So it's 2 times the level divided by 5 plus 2 times the power of the move times the attack minus the defense divided by 50 plus 2 times the number of targets and then times the peanut butter and then times the weather.
All right, yeah, so it's a lot more like that's just how I've heard people simplify it, but basically, no, acrobatics as a double flying stab is going to hurt whatever it hits,
Yeah,
even if it resists.
especially if it's priority.
Yep.
However, seeing is that you can only use terrestrialize, you can only terrestrialize one mon per battle. I don't think a lot of people are going to waste that on for a fortress.
Okay.
They're probably going to go for something unless it's like a really defensive mon that can really take advantage of a new another typing or a new typing. Like for example, if you want Snorlax, right, to be able to. I keep going to electric because it only has one weakness. Like if you want Snorlax to be even bulkier, to be able to prevent paralysis too, you could actually change it to electric type.
Oh, actually, turning things to normal wouldn't be bad either, because normal only has one weakness as well with fighting.
That's true. But normal is immune.
Yeah, like normal. Yeah, it's
Can't hit ghost
Ghost is
types.
immune. It can't hit ghost types, and it's resisted by a lot of defensive types.
Yeah. Anyways, I think that
Yeah,
more often people are going to be using the Terrastall phenomenon for
yeah.
offensive
Oh,
purposes.
dude, but if coughing and wheezing are in the game, uh, no, the only problem with that is since it would have to be double battles and it would have neutralizing gas, you couldn't just make slacking into a ground type and spam earthquake because then you'd kill your wheezing.
Mm-hmm. Unless you turn never mind. I was gonna be like unless you turn your wheezing into a flying type, but
Air balloon wheezing, turn slacking into a ground type and spam earthquake.
yeah, or just run protect.
Yeah.
And the people. Right,
All right.
Pinkerton. Okay, so there's people who have pointed out this guy and have been like, is this a new Pokemon? And that's clearly a Rhyhorn.
That's your generic black belt.
That's a new trainer class. Probably like
Yeah.
artist or
Okay.
something.
So,
Painter.
uh, right, with that character design right there. So, uh, in the other,
Oh, look at that. He's got trees on his head.
yeah,
Yeah. You can keep
yeah,
talking.
yeah, but I want to go back to the what you said could be an artist. 'Cause I want to talk about that trainer class specifically. Okay, so in the other trailer that they released, where it's talking more about the story and all that, we don't see who's driving it, but we see this truck that has like paint splotches on it and a bunch of what looks like a bunch of speakers on it. And I have a feeling that's the evil team's vehicle they usually get around, and I bet you that's the grunt.
Okay. I have an answer to that, but it comes from a leaker, and I can tell you you're way off.
But
Anyways,
go back again. I landed right where I wanted it to. I've got a feeling that's going to be one of the gym leaders.
yeah, 100%.
And based
She's like
on
in
the
a gym basically right now.
yeah, but based on her design, because like a lot of people will see like the kind of gothic haircut and the black and be like, oh, that's probably a dark type gym leader. But the yellow accents make me feel like this is going to be an electric gym leader. I don't know why.
I think she's just really good at dual monsters. She has the Millennium Puzzle around her neck. Uh, I wanna talk about not that guy.
This guy,
This fucker. This guy.
yeah,
He's obviously a teacher because he's
yeah,
got the whole black like digital blackboard shit behind him. But he honestly looks like he could also be a gym leader. Cause then why not? Why introduce Jacques but not introduce him?
yeah. Like had the exact same feeling, and just based on his design, I really feel like he would be a fighting type gym leader.
Nah, I
And
think
it's 100% the mustache. That is the whole reason why he feels like a fighting type gym leader to me.
that's not a mustache. That's his mouth. Obviously, it's a mustache.
Yeah, he's not one of the genies.
Well, they had those. That's a mustache. Okay,
The professors.
yeah. So Shady Penguin and the other one. Okay, so this guy. What
The cook.
do you mean the cook?
I remember them saying he's a really good cook in the trailer.
Yeah. So apparently, he's a rival.
Yeah, he's an upperclassman.
She's one of our rivals, obviously.
Yep.
That's the woman, Shady Penguin. Apparently, she's another rival.
Yeah. Okay. So this character, I want to specifically talk about her. So Penny, she's one of your classmates. She's a shy character and all of that. And just based on the design, this is the one character from this game I bet you there's going to be 1,000 cosplayers of. And I'm hoping the fans don't go as bad as they did with her, but I feel like people are going to attach to her like they did Marnie.
Probably, maybe. I don't know.
Because I know
Time will
anime,
tell.
like I know weebs and anime fans. They love shy characters. This is a shy character, and people are going to wait for her to break out of her shell or think that she's adorable.
It's well, honestly, when I first saw her, my first reaction was she's adorable, but I'm not a weeb. But
Yeah, I love
it's gonna be it's gonna be a kind of Wally situation.
yeah.
Because if she's your rival, it's gonna be like she's all shy and not confident, and like
Yeah.
she probably has like an Eevee or something, and she'll throw it
No,
on.
I
But
love
by the
her
end of the
design.
game, she'll be like wiping the floor with you or whatever.
Yeah, so I really love her character design. I love the two-tone hair, and I love that she has a Gigantamax Eevee backpack.
I think it's just an Eevee backpack.
I don't know, the fur collar looks too poofy to be regular Eevee.
I mean, it's a backpack, you know.
Yeah, but I was talking with someone after watching the trailer, and they didn't realize that was a backpack. They thought it was a dark-colored Eevee. I was just thinking, that's like, no, that's just an old backpack or old stuffed animal. Grusha, I love her design. Like, I love ice type
Uh,
Pokemon. I love
um,
ice type gym
um,
leaders, and I
um,
love her design.
um. Don't misgender Grusha, Inu. This is a man.
It is?
Yes.
Okay, well, that's information that's on the website because it did not say that during the trailer, and I have not had a chance to look at the website.
No,
Well,
but
Grusha is
they
a
said it on
very
Twitter,
pretty man.
so it's public knowledge. I'm also surprised. I was like, all right, nice. And then I was like, he?
Okay, well, Grusha
Okay.
is a very beautiful man, and I love his design. And
I
I
love
love
how
his Pokemon.
I love how he throws the Pokeball though.
Yeah.
Like, look,
Oh, that's another. Okay, you know what? You talking about throwing the Pokeball like the way he does. That's something I want to see come back from Sun and Moon. The different throwing styles.
okay, so this is what you were talking about, right?
Oh, I thought that was in the other trailer, but it was in this one. Yes, this.
So, Inu, what if I told you that this here is not is a Pokemon?
If you told me that was a Pokemon,
Not the whole thing, just the engine part.
oh, just the engine, I'd believe you completely.
Because that's what the leaker said. That's why there's no one in the driver's seat. So I don't know what this has to do with it, but apparently that, and I'm sorry if anybody didn't want to know about the leaks or is watching this. That's the only thing I'm going to say about the leaks. But apparently it's a Pokemon driving a car. An engine Pokemon driving a car. Which, listen, I think is kind of ridiculous, but at the same time, like, I'm a Digimon fan, so I'm used to this type of shit. But I don't know what its purpose is. I think it's one of the three like different paths you can take. But from what I've heard, there's no driver in it because it's a Pokemon driving it. I don't know what it is or what it actually looks like. I just know that apparently is one of them.
Yeah.
I mean, it could still be evil team related, obviously, but you know.
Yeah. So if there is, if this is a vehicle being driven by a Pokemon, as the leakers say, that would not surprise me. I will say that that is one of those things that will definitely be more far-fetched, and one of those things that I will not just believe right off the bat. That's one of the things where it's like, I can see it happening, but until there's proof, I'm not going to go one way or another with it.
Honestly, I agree. I mean, the leaker has been pretty credible. Everything he's leaked so far has come true. Well, not everything, but like everything that we've seen in the trailer, he has been leaked by him. But like I mean, I believe it straight up just based off the fact that if you look at like the design of the engine and the side of the car, it doesn't really match.
Yeah.
He did say a type. I'm not gonna say that because it's I've already said too much. I know you don't really follow the leaks, but like
I will say, I'm almost like, unless this is something to do with one of the three story modes, I'm pretty sure this is going to. Well, yeah, I'm just saying, like, if this isn't like a friendly like something friendly, I'm pretty sure this is going to be the evil team because that symbol on the flag just screams evil team of the generation.
Yeah, but it's also on the two flags that were near a gym in the first trailer. I don't know.
I'm pretty sure those flags had a different design.
Sprigatito,
Sprigatito,
Fuecoco.
Fuecoco, and Quaxley.
You know, honestly, this scene that just that gets me hyped, man. Like we'll be able to fucking like race and stuff. We'll be like, hey, first one to get to Glooba Gloob City wins or whatever. It's like for fun.
Yeah, like I'm really hyped for the multiplayer. Again, we still don't know if you're going to be able to actually watch your friends' battles in real time,
Yeah.
or if you're just going to see them standing there.
No, you're gonna everything's real time.
With the
because here's the thing, right? It's like if let's say I'm like the host, right? and you join me, you're gonna be playing Violet. I'm gonna be playing Scarlet. You'll be able to catch Pokemon that are version exclusive to Scarlet while you're playing, like while we're playing together.
Yeah.
So everything and like if a shiny pops up, it's gonna be everybody's gonna be able to see it. I don't know if anybody's gonna be able to battle it or catch it, or if it's gonna just be one of us. But like
Yeah.
everyone's gonna see it. Everyone's gonna see the same Terra dens, same Terra raids. I don't know if they're gonna be called dens, but like we're all gonna be able to see
I
the
think that
same
they called it.
ones.
I think they called it a den in the trailer.
You know, we're gonna be able to literally like, like let's say let's say we're playing together and I'm in one part and you're in the other one. Like be like, oh, a Chuba Chuba, and you'd be like, oh, I want to catch a Chuba Chuba, and like you could just literally like run across the map,
Yeah.
become,
No. But,
like
I know that all of that's in real time. I'm just saying, like, if you get into a battle with a trainer, will I be able to watch the fight, or will I just see you standing there in front of the trailer?
well, there's no loading zones. It's not. It doesn't like usually. What used to happen is that
Yeah. No.
you would
I know
encounter the
it's seamless
trainer and then it would like
Yeah. Like I
trend
know
it
it's
would
seamless transitions,
you
but I'm
say
just
this
saying,
and then
like,
it would teleport you to another map and then that's where you'd have the
yeah.
battle and then you'd come back. That doesn't happen anymore. So you're
Yeah.
gonna
I
see
know, but
everything.
that still doesn't mean that like the person you're playing with is going to be able to see your battle.
Yeah, well, you're probably not. I don't know if you're gonna be able to see the animations, but you're gonna
Like
be able to see that they're
like
not
I'm
just
not
be
asking
standing
for
there.
yeah, like I'm not asking for like seeing the animation, but it would be cool if I could at least like see the two Pokemon between you and the NPC, and it
Yeah,
or
it's if it if it happens in real time in the game, if the battle happens for me in real time, you're gonna be able to see anything if you're looking in the same game.
I mean that's 100% speculation. Like
It's not speculation, that's literally like it. Otherwise, it would literally just take you out of the game, take you out of the map, bring you to a separate map where you have the battle, and then your character would just be standing there because it's just waiting to like respawn, and then it would bring you back. If there's no transition, if I'm battling in the same map as an encounter the Pokemon, you're gonna be able to see it. That's just how it works. You might not see every part of it, but you'll at least see the Pokemon or whatever.
yeah, I mean again, like until we get actual confirmation, I'm just gonna hope that that's how it works and assume the best.
Because we're able to, like, if we're in the same map, I'm able to battle you, and it won't be like a transition. It'll be seamless, like it is. So why would they not do that for like wild encounters or trainer battles when it does that for battles? Like that would be writing extra code for no reason. They just make it all the same thing. Anyways, that's what I think.
Yeah,
If it doesn't end up being that, I think it's a shame that it's not that.
yeah,
But
like no, that's what I'm assuming it's going to be like. But again, like I'm not going to put too much I'm not going to put too much faith in that being how it works just in case that's not how it works, but I'm certain that is how it's going to work. I just don't want to, say, "Oh, this is definitely how it's going to work," and then find out, "Oh, that's not how it works." That's disappointing. All right. I'm I don't get me wrong, I liked it when it was first introduced, but I'm tired of the Rotom phone and the Rotom decks and all that. Things don't need to be Rotom powered anymore.
no, I'm fine with it.
Like, I don't know, I guess it's just one of those gimmicks where it's like, oh, this was cool for the first time, but then it's just I mean, at least it doesn't talk to you anymore.
Actually, apparently people want that back now.
I
But
don't.
uh,
Rotom Dex was annoying in Sun and Moon. I'm sorry.
Rotom Dex was not annoying. You could literally ignore him the entire game and not have a problem with it.
Yeah, I did ignore him the entire time, but like just saying that out the corner of my eye on the bottom screen is just like, let me cut you off, please. Here we see the treasure hunting.
I don't think this is treasure hunting. I think treasure hunting is just like an overarching thing. And this is like his part of the story. Whether it's like for cooking or whatever, but it's because he's the rival for 1/3 of the for one of the three things. All right, so
Yeah,
maybe it's just like since he's there, it makes me think that it's part of his part of the adventure or whatever. I don't think it's a treasure hunt. I think the treasure hunt is just in general.
Well, I mean, the treasure hunt's one of the 3 story modes that you're going to be able to complete.
That's not what was said. If it because they said one of the story modes is achieving battling the 8 gyms and achieving the champion rank, and the other 2 story modes have not been talked about. Like they were like, you'll find out in the future or whatever. If it was a treasure hunt, they'd be like, well, there's the championship, there's the treasure hunt, and then there's something else that you guys will find out later about. I don't think I think the treasure hunt is like, I think honestly, I think the treasure hunt is like the overarching story, where they would be like, well, you're part of the school, you're on a treasure hunt, but you're free to do whatever you want while you're doing the treasure hunt, you know?
Because we know that this upperclassman is a good cook, my guess is that that is some ingredient for some food.
Maybe. How do you? How did she get up there? There's no way up. There's no hole or anything. Oh, there's a ladder. Never mind.
I was gonna say he flew up there.
No, I mean, there's a ladder right there.
Well, yeah,
He's just
I can see the ladder, but I'm just saying that you could also just fly up there. All right, so here we get to see some returning Pokemon, and I'm not gonna lie, Electros there. I don't see anyone ever using the gimmick on it, because why get rid of its no weaknesses?
no. You could just use the gimmick on it to make it get 2 times boost on electric attacks.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like, I don't see anyone ever changing its type.
No, but at the same time, you could change it to like,
Yeah, you could just make it more powerful electric, and
or you could like change it to fire and not be weak to ground.
yeah, you'd only have 2 weaknesses then with rock and water.
Yeah, but at the same time, at some point, it's gonna get predictable, right? If you send out an Electros and I know you're using that as your mon, I'm gonna be like, he's just gonna turn it to electric. So Mold Breaker, Excadrill, or something like that. If Excadrill's in the game or whatever,
Honestly,
Or I could just change I could just be like, well, I have a perfect counter. I have a ground type, Terra type mon. Just throw that in,
Yeah, if I mean, I'm not really a huge fan of Electros, so I'll probably never end up using it, but if I were to use the gimmick on it, with the levitate ability, typings I could see myself turning it into...
Flying.
No, I'm not going to make it into a Rotom fan, thank you very much. I'd probably go with Poison or Steel.
Explain.
Well, I mean, Steel is a pretty good defensive typing, and with Poison, I know it gets access to a couple of Poison type attacks, and that would help with taking on Fairy type Pokemon if I don't have an actual Poison or Steel type on my team.
Yeah. By the way, Inu, this is a 2-minute video. We've been talking for 45 minutes.
Yeah, I told you this was going to happen.
All right.
I'm glad to see Hatterene coming back.
Yeah. I love that there's no like
evolution screen.
Yeah, I liked the Let's Go RCS evolution screen because it was so like like it was so like in your face, like, oh, it's evolving. Yeah. It was so aggressive. I like that this is like
watching it evolve in the overworld is really cool.
Yeah, I just hope it doesn't do like. Honestly, I don't even know why I'm gonna be comparing it to this, but I hope it doesn't do like in Pixelmon where it just stops you in your tracks when it's evolving. Because I don't know why it would do like Pixelmon, but like honestly, like whenever a Pokemon evolves, like it stops you in its tracks. But seeing that this is like it's in open world, it's basically real time. I hope it just is like. At the end of a battle, when there's a Pokemon evolving, it just stays out, it evolves, and you could run away if you want to.
Yeah, I was saying that's like, as my Pokemon's evolving, just like slowly walk away from it and have it in the background over my shoulder.
Yeah, well, honestly, I do that for decks, like filling out the decks, just evolve them on and just start walking away, like you don't give a shit.
Yeah. Okay, so speaking of evolutions, and you brought up Arceus, I hope that they bring back the Link cable item.
Yeah, well, that's one of the things is like, there's quality of life improvements, and you're not seeing it, but I'm like doing like the fingers thing, which is like the things that Central Leaks has bitched about that I told you earlier, where he was like, oh, the seeing the level up animation outside of battle instead of after the battle, and you know moves just stopping you instead of doing like Legends Arceus, where it lets you change the move whenever you want. Like that's quality of life improvements, yeah, sure, whatever. But
I mean, those are features I would like to see return, but
like
the
actual quality of life improvements is being like, okay, well you can trade your mon, but you can also not trade your mon and just use a link cable. That's a quality of life improvement.
yeah,
That's something that actually has a purpose in the game. It's
like
not stopping you to tell you there's it wants to learn a new move. That's not a quality of life improvement. That's just like it's a thing. It's like it's a nice feature. I
yeah,
wish you would give me the option to turn it on or off. But if it's on,
I'm
I
gonna
don't give a
say
shit.
like
It's not gonna like it's gonna like extend my let's play by like 5 seconds at
yeah,
most.
no, I'm not gonna lie though. The way the moves worked in Legends Arceus, I would like to see that return because it is nice to be like, oh, all right, here's this new move. Let me test out. I don't really like this on the moveset. Let me get this move back.
If they let us change moves whenever we want, I don't mind. But I'm specifically saying like stopping you to learn a new move. That
Yeah,
I don't care if it's there or not. It doesn't it at most like what they learn maybe like what like 15 20 moves for most mons through level up. It's gonna be what like let's say like 3 4 seconds per move where it stops you when you just unless you're like do I want this move or not, like if you already know you don't want the move you're just spamming B anyway, so there's no point in complaining about it. So it's like it'll extend your let's play by like what like not even a minute at the end of the day. Like there's no point in complaining about it.
yeah.
Is my point.
I love the trade animation in this game.
Yeah, that's the second time we've seen it.
Yeah, but it's still really cool because it just makes me think of like X and Y with Wonder Trade and all that.
You know what's funny though is that in the first trailer we saw a Larvitar and a Bagon getting traded for each other, and
Now
now
it's
we're
shown
seeing
Jordan or Nice Skew.
yeah. And what's funny about it is that Larvitar and Stonejourner are exclusive to Scarlet, and Bagon and Ice Cube are exclusive to Violet.
Yeah.
But it's just funny that the two version exclusives that we know of off the bat are the two mons we see getting traded in both trailers. There we go, the Terror Orb, which looks like a Pokeball
Yeah.
with a crystal in it.
So because the trailer had the voiceover for the director telling you about like the treasure hunt and all that, some people are speculating the game is going to have voice acting in it.
It's not. It literally gave us a message saying that there isn't voice acting in the game.
Well, they said that this voice acting wasn't in the game, but I mean that
No,
could be.
but they literally, I think it was either in the overworld trailer or whatever, or the Japanese one where they actually show that same exact scene with no voice acting, with just text on the screen at the bottom of the
Yeah.
screen like normal. There's no voice acting in Pokemon. There never will be.
I
People need
mean
to get
there
over
could
that.
be. Like people said there'd never be voice acting in Zelda, and that changed.
There we go.
I love the animation for this.
Yeah, I love the look. Like they're in fucking like crystal armor. I love the funny hats too.
Yeah,
Like
like I know it's supposed to be them like crystallized, but they almost look kind of frozen over as well.
I want to point this out because you see that that's a fire type Dragonite right there.
Yeah.
So there was so I had well I didn't have the leaker confirm. I asked the leaker and he confirmed it afterwards. Uh, if all Pokemon were able to do were able to get all 18 types, because there were people who were like, oh, it sounds like by them saying rare, it sounds like a hidden ability kind of thing where each mon will only get like 2 or 3 of them. Which, by the way, sounds fucking stupid because why? What's the point? Because if
Yeah.
if you have a dual type like Dragonite, then obviously if having the same type is going to boost its stab, then all monsters who are dual type will have two slots already taken up by their actual types. And then the other one would be
Yeah.
like, well, this Dragonite's fire. Well, Dragonite has dragon, flying, and fire. That's all it can have. Like, no, it's stupid. There's no point in making it like that because then they'd have to like randomly decide, oh well, which ones get which types. But no, it's every Pokemon gets access to all 18 types. And they talk about the rare ones. I honestly think anything that's not like either one of their types is going to be considered a rare type, and that's how you have to find it or whatever.
Yeah, and there's probably going to be an item that you can get in game that will let you change what type it becomes. That'll be like 48,000 BP.
Probably, I don't think it'll be 48,000 BP, but there's gonna be
Uh, I,
there's gonna be an item
yeah, I was
that
just
lets you change it.
yeah, I was just choosing like a random like thing that like amount of battle points because I know like a lot of rare items you need battle points or bottle caps for whatever and
No, bottle caps fix IVs.
yeah, but I saw one person speculating that the type that they turn into is based on their hidden power type, which would I don't think that's going to be how it works because then you could never turn into a fairy type.
I think Fairy was given a hidden power. Oh,
Last I heard, there is no hidden power fairy, but they could have updated it.
well, hidden power is not even a move anymore. So
Yeah.
yeah, Fairy type hidden power is not possible. Yeah, I think it's just gonna be some arbitrary like code that they put in that's not based on IVs. Uh, they'll
Yeah,
be like,
because
well,
if it
if
was
it
based
has
on the
this, if it has this digits, it's gonna fire type. If it has this number, if it has
yeah,
water
we
type.
know it's not going to be like based off the hidden powers because then there would be no rare types. It would just be, oh yeah, it depends on the nature of your Pokemon and
Yeah, no. What I think is that any Pokemon that you catch in like the wild or you're gifted or whatever is gonna have either if they're a single type, they're gonna have their type as a Terra type, or if they're a dual type, it'll be one of their two types as a
yeah,
Terra
I
type.
think yeah, I
And
think
then
in my
any
example,
Pokemon that you catch in a Terra raid, is gonna have
well,
a random Terra type.
well, no,
That's
in the trailer it said that the ones you catch in the raids have a better chance of having a rarer type. So even things you just catch in the overworld could have a rare type. It'll just
maybe
be harder to get them there.
maybe it's gonna be like you know how like in Let's Go you have like the chaining thing. If you chain like a bunch of EVs, maybe at some point you're gonna have a better chance of getting an EV that has a grass Terra type.
Yeah. So the way I think the Terror types are going to work is I think that the rare will be any type that is not its primary type. Like I think in general it's just going to be whatever its primary type is what its Terror type will be. But then I love the animation of it switching from motorcycle to Pokemon.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, I still love the art for the game cases. Like I don't know, it the
So this
simple back like the simple background with the legendary, it just feels like old times again.
so this has a lot of people speculating that, which brings me back to the point before people were like, oh, you'll only get the access to like two or three Terra types. It's because they point out that it has the flying Terra type for this Pikachu, but what they're actually hyping up and why it's a special Pikachu is because it knows fly. So this is the
Yeah.
only Pikachu that will be able to get stab off of flying type, off of the flying type Terra type. It has nothing to do
Well,
with it being the flying
I
type
mean,
Terra
unless
type.
you transfer one of the old uh, event fly Pikachu's up to the game.
But anyways, let's move to
Yeah.
the
So before we move on to anything, I was talking with someone about the Terra typing, and I was about this is going to in the trailer we saw a water type Gardevoir, and it has no attacking water moves to make use of it. And they're like, oh well, maybe Terrorizing will change the type of one of your attacks. Now, I just think that's like, yeah, but then what's the point of giving Fly to Pikachu if it's just going to change the type of one of your attacks anyway?
I heard a rumor that there's a move like Hidden Power that every Pokemon can learn, and it changes the type to whatever your Terra type is.
Every Pokemon gets Judgment now.
It's basically that, yeah. Uh, so let's talk about the Koraidon and Miraidon forms.
Pokemon 5Ds.
5D's nuts. Right. Okay, so you got the sprinting build, which is the drive mode, or the drive mode, which is a motorcycle for Miraidon, and a running mode for, which honestly I don't much care if the wheels don't work. Like, you're supposed to have, like, it's a distinction between past and future, right? So you have like the really futuristic one who has actual wheels and who drives, and the other one is like, well, obviously it's like it mimics having a wheel, but like, it's just running on all fours like animals fucking do. So I don't see where all the hate comes from.
Yeah,
The swimming
so
build.
aquatic and swimming mode.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I think that Koraidon has a lot more personality than Miraidon, because you actually see how it moves. You're just riding a bike on water. You're in Galar if you're riding on Miraidon.
Yeah, and then so gliding build and glide mode.
Yeah. The glide mode is these antennas spread out and have like a membrane of
around
energy.
them.
Yeah, it's kind of stupid if I'm
And
like,
then with that one, the feathers become wings.
yeah. Which
Yeah, I definitely can see what you mean about Koraidon having more personality, but again, Miraidon is just the one I like the design of more, and so I'm still definitely getting Violet.
oh yeah, no doubt you're gonna get Violet. Purple's your favorite color, but like, I don't know.
I will say I love how this is the second generation where purple and orange are the colors for the games, because that's the color scheme for Sun and Moon.
Yeah. I mean, Scarlet is not a shade of orange; it's a shade of red.
Yeah, but like the game case and the legendary have more of an orange color than red.
I'd say Koraidon's more red than orange.
Yeah, it was probably just the way the screenshots were, but it's not really a scarlet though. Like, that's a little disappointing. It's more like a sunrise orange.
All right, so Violet. So now instead of it was 10 turns for max raid battles. Now we have a time limit for Terra raid battles.
Which, okay, that's another. Yeah, so the time limit is a lot better, but that's one thing I wanted to talk about with the Terra raids. I love that it's not turn based. It's just you're going at it.
Just go at it, and you can cheer.
It makes me think of doing battles with, like, doing the raids in Pokemon Go with friends, or doing the like in was it Sun and Moon, with playing the soccer game with friends.
The soccer game.
Uh, like the training thing. I'm pretty sure you could do a mode of that with your friends. I can't remember. It's been a while since I've played those games.
That training is in X and Y.
Oh yeah, it wasn't X and Y. I don't know why I was thinking it was in Sun and Moon. Could have sworn there was a way that you could do that with friends, but maybe you couldn't. Like I said, it's been forever since I played those games.
I don't think you could. My thing is though is that now you can cheer with your Pokemon not having to be dead, and it'll do one of three things. It'll either boost attack and attack, boost either by both defenses, or it'll heal. So it's more strategical. Strategical now than it was for max raid battles.
Yeah, so people who play MMOs, when they do boss raids, they'll have a better time at doing this, because they'll probably, but the team is like, okay, I'm going to bring a support mon, I'm going to bring a tanky mon, I'm going to bring a high damage mon.
So I want to point something out here. It's not here. Okay, so on the Terra Orb page, wherever it is, it says that it's charge based, right? So you could use it if it has a full charge, you could use it, and then you have to recharge it. You have to recharge it either by touching one of the Terra type crystals, the Terra crystals, or by going to a Pokemon Center, which I like because it's not.
You
It's
can't
not.
just spam it in every battle.
Yeah, it adds a little bit more strategy to the game because you're not always gonna be able to be like battle one guy, use it, and then be like, wait a minute, to the rest of the guys, I gotta run back to the Pokemon Center and to recharge. Like you're gonna have to be like, well, do I use it in the first battle or do I use it in the last battle against the that sort of thing, right? Like you won't
Yeah,
just be
like
able to spam like Mega Evolution. You could spam it every battle,
yeah,
and there would be no type of Z moves. You could spam it every battle as well.
and
Once per
then
battle. You use Dynamax. Obviously, you
you
couldn't
can
spam
only
it
use it
every.
in specific locations.
Yeah, but in those like, when you're doing the last part, the tournament, you could spam Dynamax every battle and just like wipe out half their team already with just the Dynamax. Like
Yeah,
this is more like,
it's
okay,
a good
well,
in between.
we're regulating it by having you go reach, which of course like during like for like competitive and shit doesn't matter because you that's like different rules, right? It's like because like
Yeah,
good example of that is Focus Sash. If your Focus Sash gets broken and gets used up in game, you lose it forever. If your Focus Sash gets broken in an online battle, it's there when you leave it. So it's like
yeah.
that's a different thing. But like in game, you won't be able to just spam it. I see people being like, "Oh, I'm not buying the game because I don't want to deal with the constant animations for the terrestrializing." I'm like, literally, you can only use it like once in a while. Otherwise, you're gonna be like forced to go look for crystals or to go look for a Pokemon Center if you want to use it in every battle. So that's literally you're just bitching to bitch right now. Like,
Yeah, like honestly, only times I'm probably going to use it is kind of like I did with Mega Evolution. I'm only going to use it against gym leaders, and I'm only going to use it against like admins and bosses for the evil team.
oh, I spammed the fuck out of Mega Evolution. As soon as I got it in the game, I was like, Mega. Oh, battle Mega. Oh, battle Mega.
Yeah,
Oh,
I'm pretty sure I used it a little bit more than just those battles, but I didn't use it in every battle because I didn't want to watch the animation in every single fight.
but there's one thing I am hoping though, animation wise, is that they do like Megas, where the first one you see the full on animation, but the like after that, it's like it's a shortened form of it because like how they did it right. I don't know if you remember, but like for Mega Evolutions, like the first time you Mega, I think it was like the first time you Mega each like session of the game. Like if you closed it down and load it back up, it would do it again the first time. But like you see the trainer lift their arm in the air and touch the crystal and whatever, and then but like every time after that, it would just be like this circle going around the Pokemon and then the Mega popping out. So I hope they do something like that where if there's an actual like the whole like take out the Terra Orb and throw it and then the crystal pops out like the animation we saw. I hope it only does that like once and then after that it's like a shortened version of it. But at the same time, if
They
it's
didn't do a shortened version with Z moves.
no, but Z moves is like, well, the dance is part of
Yeah,
the animation, so they can't just be like fire type animation. No dance. You don't see the dance, but it's fire type. I'm telling you, like, so they put like a lot more effort into the the animation of the character that
yeah.
they did in
Okay,
for Mega Evolutions or for Dynamax. Dynamax he throws the ball and he just stands there.
yeah.
So I'm hoping it's just like you see him throw the ball like maybe the first one or two times or whatever.
Yeah,
Like the first time every time you like start up the game, and then after that it's like a small. But
but
if it's not that it's not a big thing. It's just
yeah, no. But with you mentioning like the throwing the ball with the Dynamax, that's something that I was a little upset about because when we were watching the trailer, Grusha with the way that he threw the ball being unique, and it made me think of the throw styles from Sun and Moon. I'm surprised we didn't get something like that with Dynamaxing because we see each gym leader throw differently. So why couldn't we have different styles for throwing our ball?
because we're not gym leaders.
We weren't in Sun and Moon either.
I mean, there was no interacting with the Pokeball for doing the Z move, and
Yeah, but I really hope throw styles come back because that was one of my favorite things. And
so there are 3 kinds of cheers you can use. They all benefit the ally and your Pokemon. I like this. I just hope there's not like a, the fourth one where it's like your cheers echoed feebly around the like that I've always found that was stupid. Like, what's the point of cheering if there's a chance that you can't do shit?
yeah, anytime that I used the cheer action, nothing ever happened.
Managing to defeat the Terra Pokemon within the time limit will undo the Pokemon's transformation, giving you the chance to try and catch it by throwing Pokeballs. Victories can reward you with many useful items too. You'll be able to search for allies. You can join someone else who is searching for allies and work together. And to have a battle together with friends you already know, you'll need to set a link code. That's the thing. If we're all playing together, do we need a link code, or are we just in? That's.
If we're in the same world, I hope that we don't need the link code, but I got a feeling that it's going to be mandatory whether you're in the same game or not.
Alright, so this is about the multiplayer. In Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, you can trade and battle with trainers all over the world by using a feature called the Poke Portal. Union Circle, that's what it is. Your adventure is bound to be more enjoyable by playing with friends, cooperating to beat Terra Pokemon in Terra Raid battles, and sometimes even testing your skills against each other. Additionally, with the new Union Circle feature added to the Poke Portal, you and up to 3 friends can adventure together in the same space, cheering each other on as you battle wild Pokemon or showing each other the Pokemon that walk alongside you. So this is why I was telling you, like, you're probably gonna be able to see people's battles, because, like, why would it say cheering each other on as you battle wild Pokemon if you can't actually see the battle,
Yeah.
There's no single way to play using the Union, so you can wander around together and spend time with your friends how you want to.
And like in the trailer, it talked about racing with your friends at certain locations, and with this, it's talking about spending time with your. I really hope that we're not bound to a certain distance away from each other. I would love if we could go like in complete separate locations.
But in the first trailer, they showed 4 people playing on the same game in different areas.
Yeah, but I mean, yeah, it's probably how it's going to work. But that could have just been them just showing off the different areas with a different focus character.
That wouldn't make sense because
Because
they
I
could
mean,
they could
in
they
that
could
same trailer, like we did see, while a time where one person was standing there, and then another person ran up to them, and we don't know how far they traveled to get to them.
Yeah, but Inu, if they were to do that, if they were just gonna have a character running around to showcase like the the map, they'd have like the basic characters do that. They wouldn't show us 4 different characters in the same place and then show them in different places and be like, well, it's just to show the map. If they'd have the basic character, the starting design do it. Also, there's this. There are many battle formats. Are they gonna have more than just singles and doubles?
Uh, I mean, maybe. I don't want rotation battles to come back, but I wouldn't mind seeing triple battles come back or make it to where we can do inverse battles against our friends.
Also, I'm gonna point out something. It says take your favorite Pokemon for a stroll, and there's a picture where there's a person with a Pelipper. That's not believable. No one likes Pelipper. It's terrible.
People like Pelipper.
It's a toilet, Inu. Arrange your looks and hairstyle to freely change your appearance. In Pokemon Scarlet, you can now make changes to your character's eye shape, mouth shape, and more to look the way you want to. You can of course change your hairstyle, hair color, and eyebrows at salons to you. Look your best when you're on your treasure hunt.
Okay,
So
we can change our mouth and eyes, which is that's something that
yes,
I know a lot of people are going to be happy about because I've seen some people complain about the trainer's generic face.
ranging from short sleeves and shorts to warm blazers, the Academy has 4 different kinds of uniforms in total. Additionally, you can collect a wide variety of accessories from boutiques, wear your favorite items, and try out different styles along the way. So what I'm reading when I see this is that your pants, shorts, whatever shirt, is that's gonna be like there's only you can like choose whichever one of the 4s.
We see the 4 styles of school uniforms right
Yeah.
there.
Well,
But then you can
like,
get extra things to add on to
yeah.
them.
I think like gloves, hats, shoes, backpacks is already pretty much confirmed because there's a pre-order bonus for a backpack. If you're buying off Pokemon Center, so that
Yeah.
backpack's not being a school thing is already like confirmed. There's probably going to be a school backpack, but like you can
Yeah.
change that.
I'm I'm pretty sure we've seen trainers in the trailer without them, but it could just be the clothes they're wearing or covering them up. If they do not let me remove that tie, I'm going to be mad.
That tie looks like it's part of the shirt.
Yeah.
I mean, we could look in other screenshots. I think this is going to be all this the same four characters.
Yeah.
Okay, set off from the school on a grand event, the special independent study project, the treasure hunt. As the main character, you'll be enrolling in the academy. Of course, you will not be alone at this school. You will also have friends that you can sharpen your skills against, like Nimona, Arvin, and Penny. In addition to unique teachers who will teach you what they know about battling, Pokemon biology, and more. This academy is also where Director Clavel will give you and your friends an independent study assignment, the treasure hunt. Where will you go? Who will you meet? What will you accomplish? Embark on a journey across Paldea to gain new experiences and meet new people. Find your okay. So that pretty much confirms. See here's a screenshot. Like you see, it wasn't like that in the when the guy was talking. Like it's just gonna be text on the bottom of the screen like usual. But the treasure hunt is not one of the three things. It's the overarching story of the game. It's you're on a treasure hunt for your school, and then while you're out there, you can do the gym challenge, you can do the other challenge or the other one, or you could it's all about what you choose to do. But the overarching thing is treasure hunt.
I mean, I don't know. Like, even with that wording, it still sounds like the treasure hunt is one of the three stories to complete.
Will give you and your friends an independent study assignment. For example, if each person like if each of the you have three rivals the two people that they mentioned Nimona, Arvin, and Penny. If they each have one like path, and why would they also be on the treasure hunt? Why would the treasure hunt be given to everybody if they have their own things?
I mean,
And
maybe they're not on the treasure hunt.
they are on the treasure hunt. If they weren't on the treasure hunt, they wouldn't be mentioned in the treasure hunt paragraph. It says this academy is also where Director Clavel will give you and your friends. You also have friends that can sharpen your skills against. Mr. Jacques. That's not even how you spell Jacques. He has slightly airheaded side to him. He sometimes loses himself in his research.
So I made a joke with some people saying, "Oh, no, Jacques is going to be the secret bad guy."
Maybe. It's always the ones you least expect.
I would prefer Jacques to be the secret bad guy over the director.
I mean, it's always the people you least expect. Well, not
I don't know.
always.
I very suspected Rose.
Yeah. So you have Arvin.
Yeah. Which Arvin, he kind of makes me like I can't remember the name of the character, but he really makes me think of the ancestor of Cynthia from Arceus.
Volo.
Yeah.
I hate how Penny doesn't wear the school uniform. Like, what makes her so fucking special?
I mean, she might not even be in the school. She could just be your friend.
Yeah, she is. Penny's in the same grade as you.
Well, yeah, she's in the same grade, but that doesn't mean the same school.
There's one school.
I mean, there could be another school.
She doesn't seem to come from the academy to come to the academy very often, but she's in the academy. She's especially fond of her fluffy Eevee bag and always has it on her back.
Yeah, if she does not have Eevee as her main partner, I'm going to be a little sad.
Oh, he's not good at Pokemon battles. But someone did point out that he has similar features to both professors. Like he has, what is it? Turo is the future one. He has like the same kind of eyebrows as Turo. He has the same kind of eyes as Sada. So like the rumor now is that like he's the son of both professors.
I mean, that could be it. The professors could be like related, and he could just be like their nephew. Like they could be brother and sister, and then they have another sibling that birthed him.
In the center of Paldea sits the largest city in the region, Mesagoza. In the center of Paldea, Mesagoza is here. You'll find a school with you could there are a few classes you could take with Pokemon too. Name of the school, its semblance, uniform, and other details. So, if you look at the map here, probably
Yeah,
here.
so yeah, like
I wish I had a bigger fucking image of the map. I don't, and it
yeah.
pisses me off. Does
Well, I
Cerebi have
mean,
one?
Cerebi might have a bigger image of the map. I wouldn't really call that the center of the map. The center is more where that big, no, spiral cloud is, but it's close enough to the center.
Oh, also, I will show this while I'm on Cerebi. Look at how the Pokedex looks.
Yeah, like I remember seeing that in the trailer with the person putting the Lechonk book on the shelf.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
we already have like basic confirmation that Palmy's gonna be number 22 in the Dex. He's gonna be number 76.
yeah. Okay,
Lechonk is number 10.
so Palmy's 22 and Houndour is 25. So there's room for Palmy to evolve at least 2 times between him and Houndour.
Oh, that's what's rumored. Unless that there's another line that a 2-stage line that's gonna fit in there.
Which that wouldn't surprise me either, since the Pika clones tend to not evolve.
All right. All right. I don't know. I don't know how this looks. Oh, that's basic. Yeah, that's basically what it is. So we got a good look here. I think that's the school right there. I don't know if you can see my cursor, but that right there, I think that's the school. Because this obviously is not the school.
Yeah, yeah. Obviously, the school's not in that big funnel cloud, but something important's definitely going to be going on there.
Yeah, I think that might be like the climax of the story has you go in there, and then that's when like the legendary Pokemon like challenges you and you can catch it or some shit. Like I don't know.
Yeah, I do like west of the city where the school is. I love that little farm town right there.
Here,
No, west.
here,
No,
here,
close but a little too
here.
far. Yes, that area.
Yeah, I mean it could be a farm. It looks like a farm town. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, let's count how many. Let's try and count how many towns we can see. So there's one here. This could count as one, so I'm gonna count that as two. There's something here. We'll just count that as three.
Let's see how. I see 1, 2,
There's something here, so that's three. Something here, four. Those is
3.
multiple buildings. Five.
Yeah,
This is six.
5, 6.
7. This kind of maybe
There's like there's like 7
9,
or 8 towns, not including the big city for where the school is.
10. You got 11 up here. This looks like something maybe 12. There's like maybe like 10. I'd say like maybe at most like 15 towns and cities. But I think we start here. I don't know. There's like I have a vibe that we start right fucking here at the bottom
Yeah,
of the map, and then we make our way either here or like this looks like it might
uh,
be something too.
like it looks like there's a small little town just south of the big city, like not down near the bottom, but like right there next to the
Yeah, here.
lake with the waterfall. Yeah, like I think that's where you're going to start, and then you're going to move to the city up north to go to school.
I don't know. I have a feeling we're gonna start here, and then you're gonna go do 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 do, and then you're gonna get your starter Pokemon, and you're gonna go back out, and you're gonna catch a Pokemon in this route.
So because there is no specific route that you have to follow with the game, uh, from the city where we got our starter, I feel like I'm going to take on the eastern side of the region first and like make my way, through that little uh canyon little area, get over to
I mean,
and then
listen.
wrap my way up so that I do the mountain kind of like in the icy mountain kind of in the middle of my adventure.
As far as I'm concerned, Inu, as soon as we can, we're gonna be like multiplayering it up. So, but there's one thing though, because it's like obviously, well, I'm not gonna say obviously because it's how it's always been, but who knows? Maybe they could change it up. Um, I'm gonna be getting both, right? And I want to use both Sprigatito and Fuecoco. So I'm gonna have to play Violet up until I can trade, and then trade it to one of you guys so that I could start again in Scarlet, and then you guys can toss it back over to me. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
and I'm going to do like I tend to do, and I'll play through with the one that I think I like the most, and then I'll probably do other playthroughs with the other starters, and that might change the one that I like the most. But as of now, Sprigatito is who I am starting with. Uh, the only thing I know that's definitely gonna be on my team is Sprigatito and its evolutions, and I really love the design of Titan, so I'm probably going to catch one of those.
Let's talk about the Pokemon. So you got Satitan, who is a pure ice type, and is 14 feet 9 inches tall.
Pretty tall.
Yeah. It is also oh, we didn't. It's in the other trailer. Um.
Oh, are you going to look for that scene with the Cub Chew?
Yeah.
Okay, I just
See,
want to say I love Fido's walk animation.
see, I love this scene because when you play Pixelmon, when you run through like the ice biome, right? Every time there's a fucking Cubchoo that's like, like in like a 10-foot radius, they always fucking stop you and have you battle them. So seeing this,
Uh,
it's just fuck you,
okay,
little Cubchoo
so
piece of shit.
all right, so yeah, I'm looking at the website and looking at Titan's abilities. Thick Fat's a good one. So you basically 4 times resist ice, and fire will do neutral damage to you. And Slush Rush is an okay ability.
What do you mean it's an okay ability? It boosts speed in Hailstorm.
Yeah, the only reason why I say okay is because like unless things go good and Titan's the only Pokemon you got to send out while it's hailing. Ice is the only Pokemon not hurt by hail. Okay, so I'm
Fido.
Fido. I'm calling it now. Pokemon has been loving some like the weird evolutions where you gotta do oddly specific things. My guess for Fido is get hit by a fire type attack 5 times and then level up.
Maybe.
You got
I
to
just
cook
want
the
to.
bread.
I just want to point out, right, that aside from Appleton, the apple pie, pretty sure all the food Pokemon have been fairy types.
Uh, so you got Appleton's line, which is Grass Dragon. You've got Fido, who is
Fairy.
fairy type.
You have
You've got
Alcremie, who is fairy. You have
Slurpuff, who's fairy.
Slurpuff, who is fairy.
You have Vanillite, who is ice.
That's not food.
Ice cream is food.
Yeah, but it's not ice cream. It just looks like ice cream.
Yeah.
But own tempo is a terrible ability.
Yeah,
All right.
Fido's
Paldean
probably
Wooper.
going to be on my team, honestly.
Paldean Wooper. Or if you take out all these letters, it makes Pooper. Poison Ground, Poison Point, and Water Absorb, which is Water Absorb is great for him because he makes him immune to one of the types he's weak to.
Yeah, Poison Point's not a it's not a good ability, but it's not a terrible one.
It's a terrible ability. It's like a 10% chance to poison.
Yeah, I like that Wooper's still happy. Like they could have made him a sad boy, but he's still the cheerful Wooper as always.
And if
I'm
you see,
very curious about what Quagsire is going to look like.
well, rumor is it won't be a Quagsire, but you see this grass? It looks like N64 Super Mario grass. Cancel your pre-orders now, people. No, some idiot said that on Twitter.
I'm probably not going to be using Wooper on my team.
I probably won't either. So here, Grusha used to be a professional snowboarder, but he is now the gym leader of the Glacidio gym full time. He is an ice type specialist who has a Titan as his partner. He is usually cool-headed, but when battles get heated, he starts showing the emotions he usually keeps pushed down.
All right, yeah.
Clavel, he acts as the director of the academy, and since you're a new student, he will teach you many things about your school. He can be strict, but he can also be kind. He seems to be your friend of Professor Sada and Professor Turo.
Yeah, I will say, I like with Clavel that he has 6 Premier Balls, so this man has spent at least 6,000 Poké-Dollars buying Pokeballs.
Or he went to Kalos and he bought just 6 Premier Balls.
Yeah.
Arven is an upperclassman at the academy. He's good at cooking and is researching healthy recipes that can help Pokemon feel better. He will be asking you to help him out since he isn't good at Pokemon battles. So maybe his thing it has to do with, maybe his part of the story has to do with cooking or breeding.
I will say, I'm not sure if he likes spicy food or if he's just cooking something spicy, but he's got that tomato berry right there.
Yeah, which makes your lips go big according to the anime. Mr. Jacques is your homeroom teacher. He teaches biology, and he is knowledgeable about Pokemon biology.
Okay,
and is the developer of the Pokedex app for the Hertum Phone. He has a slightly airheaded side to him, and he sometimes loses himself in his research.
So losing himself in his research, that's a personality trait they gave to Professor Elm, so, you know, he's got some Elm vibes going on, but based on his outfit, if we get to battle him, I think he's going to use poison type Pokemon.
No, I think he's just dressed in purple because he's the purple school version.
Well, no, the reason why I'm saying that is because his shirt with the pattern gives me Grimer vibes.
And what if Grimer's not in the game?
I mean, Grimer doesn't have to be in the game for him to dress like a Grimer.
Yeah, it does.
I also like that Jacques, you can see where he's got the torn kneecap and like the cuff of his pants are a little torn. Like he's wearing old clothes. He wears it till he can't wear it no more.
Your friend Nimona has a sunny and energetic disposition. She has we already fucking know about her.
Yeah, we've already read the only
Penny.
new character. Yep, Penny.
Penny is in the same grade as you. She has a bit of a shy personality, and for some reason, she doesn't seem to come to the academy very often. She is especially fond of her flip. We've already read that.
Yeah. I gotta say, I think my favorite thing about Penny is I love her leggings.
And also, it says
I didn't even notice this, but Penny's skirt is see-through. I didn't realize that in the trailer.
Yeah. Yeah, this is what I'm talking about. Is why would they have different characters when they could just
To show off the different clothes.
no? Well, they're clearly showing the different. Like I don't know. It says it in multiplayer, and they're showing them in different areas. That's pretty much confirmation that you don't have to be in the same place as the people you're playing with to be in the same world as them. Yeah, especially since you see them all saying goodbye to each other and then running off in the trailer. And like here you see her, she's by herself, she's catching a Pokemon. He's by himself, he's battling a trainer. There's Flabébés in the background too. That's a Talonflame.
That is a Talonflame.
And there's a Venonat, and there's the random trainer, like the OG trainer, not one of these four.
Yeah, I'm glad Venonat's coming back because that's one of my favorite bug type Pokemon. Maybe we'll get
And
a. You know what? Maybe Venonat will evolve into a regional Venomoth.
all right, weave 3 grand stories into your adventures that you meet Pokemon you've never seen and unique characters. These titles have the hallmark Pokemon story of going to gyms and aiming to become a champion, but there is no set path. You could go whichever gym you want to challenge in the order you desire. Furthermore, there are 2 other grand stories beside your pursuit of becoming a champion, and many trials and tribulations await you in those stories as well. Please look forward to finding out what these kinds of stories are. This honestly this is what proves to me that the treasure hunt's not one of them, because they would be like the treasure hunt's one of them. They wouldn't mention the treasure hunt and then be like there are other things, and then be like, well, one of those other things is the treasure hunt. Furthermore, you can freely go back and forth between all 3 stories, allowing your adventure to develop in the way you want it to. Some may want to reach the rank of champion and rush through the gyms, while others might want to adventure at their leisure, at times searching for Pokemon or meeting all sorts of people. Everybody can experience the game the way they want to. Being able to make your very own story is one of the hallmarks of Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. So you have the gym challenge, you have whatever this is, and you have whatever Arvin does. So wouldn't it be fucking nuts if like the leader of the evil team was Penny? What?
All right, Mr. Fantastic.
What?
Because you're stretching right now.
I mean, if Arvin's here, which means that this is part of his adventure. Pneumonia is the battle person, so Penny is whatever this is. And if this has in fact to do with the evil team, I mean, the Paldea region has a Pokemon League and a special class of pro rank Pokemon trainers who have achieved the champion rank. I like this. It's not just, hey, become champion, you're a champion. The champion rank is like is a bunch of people. It's not just one person who's the champion. It's a bunch of people who have gotten the rank of champion. These trainers have grown with their Pokemon to be able to dazzle audiences with their skills in battle. There are facilities called Pokemon gyms in many towns, and the leaders of these gyms are awaiting the challenge of trainers like you and your friends. There is no set path to the gyms. You can purposefully seek out a stronger gym leader, or you can simply stop by a gym that happens to be located in the town you came across on your journey. This time, you get to plot your very own path along Victory Road. So this confirms there's no level scaling, because then why would it say you can purposefully seek out a stronger gym leader? You know, I honestly don't think I'm going to be doing that. I think I'm going to be exploring the region first and foremost, and then I'm going to be, because there's got to be a fast travel option, right? There always is. So I'm going to be exploring the region, at least like if there is a fast travel option, unlocking fast travel locations and stuff like that. And then I'm going to be doing like, oh, I want to do this gym, this gym, this gym. Who knows? Maybe by the time I'm finished exploring, I'll be strong enough to beat the 8th gym. So I might go for the 8th gym yet to the beginning.
I mean, it does make it sound like there's not level scaling, but it could mean stronger gyms, like based on their type, because you're going to have a harder time fighting dragon type Pokemon than you would bug type Pokemon.
I don't think that's what they mean.
Yeah, I'm not saying that. No, that is what they mean, but that could that could be what they mean, but it's most likely not what they mean.
If you beat all 8 gyms spread across the region and collect their gym badges, you'll be able to take on a special test called the Champion Assessment. If you successfully pass the assessment, your strength will be acknowledged and you'll be given the champion rank, making you an object of admiration for other trainers. Polish your skills with many Pokemon and trainers and aim for the glorious champion rank. And it talks about the gym leader, the one gym leader we know which. So rumor has it that Titan has a pre-evo. So I'm guessing that Grusha is not the first gym leader. Probably more middle of the pack or end of the pack.
Yeah, I mean, ice type gym leaders tend to be late game gym leaders going off standard Pokemon.
But yeah, I do like the battlefield. Ice, or it looks like ice. It's in the mountains. Can we see it from here? Probably not, because we can't see shit.
But yeah, like, Price and Bryson, they were 7th gym leaders. Wolfric was the 8th gym leader. Candace was the 7th gym leader, and I can't remember what gym leader number Melanie was.
5th.
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 All right.
Yeah, you had Milo, Nessa, Asian guy. Then you had Ghost. You had Alistair or Bay.
Yeah.
Which was 4th. And then you went
And
all
then
the
either
way.
Melanie or her son.
Yeah, and then the dark type was 6th. No, the dark type was 7th.
Oh wait, no. Okay, the ice or rock type gym leader was the 6th one because Fairy was the 5th.
Yeah, Fairy was the 5th, then 6th, Dark is 7th, and then Dragon
and
is...
then 8th was Dragon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, we've pretty much gone over everything, short of watching the second trailer.
Yeah, so just based on like typical placement of ice type gym leaders, Grusha is probably going to be the 6th or 7th gym leader. Wolfric was a disappointment as a final gym leader.
There's no videos, Inu. There's no videos.
Not yet, there aren't.
So we're gonna end this off with a picture of the region. You couldn't even see the bottom of the region in the stream or the top of the region, but it's fine.
Let us know what news from this second trailer you're most excited about. Let us know if any of the new Pokemon that were introduced will be on your team, and who's your favorite of the friend characters? Is it going to be your gym partner, Penny, or the other guy?
Also, let us know what you hope to see in trailer number 4. That's going to come out on August 5th. I'm calling it now because it's a Wednesday and it's the 1st August and 2 months from now. The first Wednesday, 2 months from now. Trailer number 2 was the first Wednesday of June. Trailer number 3 was the first Wednesday of August. So the first Wednesday of October is probably when the next trailer is going to drop. So that's why I'm whispering it. But shh, don't tell your parents, don't tell your friends.
I'm going to make the bold prediction that we're going to get a new trailer next month.
I don't think so, because last time we got too much info, people bitched, and now people are bitching that we're not getting enough info. But I think in 2 months we're gonna get another trailer, October 5th. It's gonna be the last trailer before the launch trailer, and we're gonna get if there's an evil team or an antagonist, which there probably is, we're gonna get info on him. Might get the types for the legendary dragons. We're definitely gonna get the second stage of the starters. Probably 3 more or 4 more Pokemon.
Now here's
and then
one. Here's one thing that is a little surprising, though. We have still yet to see an early route bird. Will there be no bird in this generation?
There's no early route.
Well, you know what I mean, like the early type, the early flying type Pokemon that, because we have basically the early rodent. He's
Lechonk?
not a rodent. Yeah, Lechonk. He's like the early normal type Pokemon. You know, he's filling that Lillipup, Watchog, Gumshoe role.
Yeah. We might.
But we have not yet seen a bird. Maybe there will be no regional bird this time around.
There will definitely be a regional bird.
No, calling it now. There are no birds in this game except for old birds.
Yeah, no birds at all. All the birds we saw, Talonflame, even though it's on the website, gone. Murkrow, Honchkrow, gone.
Alex, did
no
you not
birds.
hear what I said except for old birds?
Yeah, well, I'm doubling down. I'm saying no birds.
Yes. Murkrow is only in the trailer, but he's not a catchable Pokemon. He's aesthetic only.
Yeah, he's.
Dude, people would be so mad about that.
You'll see him flying. You'll see a flock flying around, but you weren't able to catch them. Also, you saw a character with a toilet bird. No, gone. Not happening.
Oh wait, you know what? Of course, there's new birds. Quaxly's a bird,
But this doesn't count. It's not a flying type.
and I hope that it does not gain the flying type when it evolves.
Oh, it will. Believe me. Even if the leaks say it won't, Game Freak's gonna be like, oh yeah, well you're leaking, so we're gonna change the type. It's gonna become water flying, and it's gonna be terrible.
Fuecoco will be fire fighting fairy. It'll be the first triple type Pokemon.
No, the gimmick is removing a type. It's not adding a type. Okay. Anyways, we've been going off for an hour and 46 minutes. So, yeah, if you want to, do whatever Ian said before, do that. Let us know. Okay, bye.